Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for being here. If you're an old subscriber, I love you guys. You're the real MVP. My name is Adeshino, and this is my YouTube channel where I talk about my natural hair, my journey to financial freedom, and a little bit of my lifestyle. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about something that a lot of you with natural hair are interested in. So many people ask me, oh, what am I doing that my hair is growing? How am I, here and we're on the same journey together? How come my hair is 5 years, theirs is 5 years as well, and we don't have the same length? So many questions that, I might have answers to. But nobody's talking about what they are doing. Everybody wants to know, oh, Pribodunke, what are you doing? What should I use to my hair? This one, that one. And nobody wants to talk about what they are doing to their hair. It doesn't work that way. We have to, cut these things together and analyze these things together. So, quick story. One of the main reasons why I went on this natural hair journey is because so many people felt that natural hair is boring. So many people felt that natural hair can't grow past shoulder length, and I wanted to prove a point. I wanted to prove a point to my family first. I wanted to prove a point to people around first that natural hair can grow. So if your hair is not growing, then you're probably doing some things that are not right. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why your natural hair isn't growing. So without wasting so much of your time, let's jump right into this video. So first things first, water is your problem. You cannot afford to be dehydrated and you expect your natural hair to flourish on top. No dear, it doesn't work that way. You have to drink a lot of water. So we're cutting off every soda, we're cutting off every form of carbonated drink. Drink water that is not mixed with sugar, pure water. Drink any source of water. Make sure that you are drinking enough water every day. I won't even lie to you. The health benefits of drinking enough water cannot be overemphasized. Not even just in your natural hair. It does a lot of wonders to your body. So make sure that you are drinking enough water so that your hair can thrive. Don't say I did not do something for you. Just make sure that you are drinking enough water. Also, now that you are drinking enough water, what form of moisture are you getting into your hair? I see so many people that say, oh, they wash their hair and that's all in their hair regimen. How do you expect your hair to grow? Your natural hair thrives when there's a balance between protein and water. So if protein, which is already your hair strands, because your hair strands are made from keratin, if protein is intact and water is not intact, there's going to be a deficiency. So as much as you are drinking water, you have to make sure that you are putting some form of moisture in your hair. So that means you have to be deep conditioning your hair often. You have to be applying a leave-in conditioner on your hair often. You have to make sure that moisture is in check, and also make sure not to overdo it with moisture. Make sure that you're not overloading your hair with so much water. And sometimes if I do not want to use, or if what you can also do is make sure that you can spritz ordinary water on your hair and follow up with a very little leave-in conditioner. That way you have so much moisture in your hair. Also be careful not to overdo it, because too much of everything is bad. But too much of drinking water cannot be bad, apart from the fact that you're going to be peeing all the time. So yes, make sure that you are drinking enough water. Make sure that you apply your deep conditioner often and you use a leave-in conditioner. The second thing is you use too much heat. Girl, I know that you are hot and you need heat, but sorry, that didn't come out right. But you use too much heat. I know that people tend to say, oh, I can't deal with your hair because your hair is natural. They need to blow dry your hair or make sure it's flat and straight before they can work with it. I do not blame people that do that, but make sure that you are not doing it so often. I read somewhere that your blow dryer could go having as high as 50 degrees Celsius. Your flat iron or curling iron can go as high as 150 degrees Celsius. That's so much heat on your hair. I mean, imagine if you were working somewhere that was 50 degrees Celsius. As much as people will say, oh, use sunscreen, I can't imagine you doing that much damage to your hair as well. 50 degrees Celsius is a lot. So if you know that you're going to be using heat often, even though I would actually advise on not using heat that much for me, I use heat on my hair just twice in a year, and I think that's fine. And that's only when I need to straighten my hair to, you know, do a length check or trim my hair. And you know, so you have to make sure that if you are even using heat at all, you have to be using a good heat protectant. The same way you use sunscreens and when you're going out during summer or in the sun, it's the same way you should ensure that you use a heat protectant when you are going out. Yeah, because the sun, if you did not know, also affects your natural hair. Yeah, the sun also can do amazing things. The UV rays from the sun can also do damage to your natural hair. If you stay out so often, then your hair starts to get really dry, and then it lacks moisture, and then it starts to break. So yes, your hair won't grow if you put too much heat in your hair. If you expose your hair too much in the sun, my dear, your hair would not grow. Thirdly, you have hand in hair syndrome. I understand some people, when they are reading, I have a lot of people like that, when they are reading, they like to touch their hair. They just like to touch their hair because they are fascinated by their hair. I understand that you are fascinated by your natural hair, but please stop touching your hair. Your hair doesn't like to be touched every time. Just imagine somebody touching you every time. Now you won't like it. It'll be so uncomfortable. Yes, so please, your hair doesn't like to be touched every time. So get your hands off your hair. Some people have the hand in hair syndrome, and I understand, but please take your hand down, hold yourself. If you cannot do it, just hold yourself like this and just be fine with it. So the third thing, guys, take your hands off your hair. Stop pulling your hair at every instant. If you're thinking about something, you're already, you know, twisting and playing with your hair, just leave your hair alone. And if you think that, oh, you can't leave your hair alone, do a protective hairstyle like this that, you know, enables you not to touch your hair. For example, now if I had twist, I could be playing with my twist and all of that, but then I have this on, I can't touch my hair except I want to make my hair rough. So please get your hands off your hair. The fourth thing is you don't trim your hair regularly. So yes, split ends are real, guys. I would insert a picture of what split ends look like somewhere here, and there are different types of split ends, different types, and trust me, if you have split ends, they just find a way of going up to the root of your hair. They start from the tip and they find their way to the root of your hair. So if you're not trimming your hair regularly, it could lead to hair damage, it could lead to hair loss, and your hair could, you know, that could lead to stunted growth, and you might not see a difference, or you might not see any length increase. So please, I try to trim my hair twice in a year. I'll do a video one day, I'll do a video soon on how I trim my hair when it's time for me to trim my hair. You need to trim your hair. I know people say, oh, the hair is not even long enough and I'm trimming it, or I'm cutting it already. Hair would always grow. Your hair grows constantly. It just might be cut. The rate at which it breaks is just more than the rate at which it grows. So please trim your hair often, not as often as you can, but twice at least. Some people do it 4 times in a year, some people do it twice in a year. I do it twice in a year. So please trim your hair when you need to trim your hair so that your hair can grow, because not trimming your hair can actually lead to stunted growth. So that might be a reason why your hair is not growing. Another thing I'll say is you're always combing your hair. Guys, let me explain something to you. Because your natural hair is kinky or curly, it cannot always, it's not relaxed hair, and it's not a weave that you can always run a comb through. No, because of all the kinks, your hair would always, in quotes, be tangled. It's not straight hair, so you do not have to comb it every day. Trust me, if you comb your hair every time, you would see a little bit of hair every time, and that doesn't mean that your hair is not well combed or is not tangle free, as so to speak. That doesn't mean that your hair is not well combed. It just means that your hair wants to leave it alone. Personally, I comb my hair only during wash days. That's the only time I comb my hair, because I have so much products in my hair, and you know, it just makes it easy for me to comb my hair. The comb can run through freely. And if you also want to comb your hair, please comb your hair in sections. Your hair is not your relaxed hair. It's important that you guys know that your natural hair is not your relaxed hair. So you cannot keep combing and combing. You can't keep comparing it to your relaxed hair, because it's not the same thing. Why do you want to compare? Why do you want to treat your natural hair like it's your relaxed hair? You just can't do that. Oh my. Another thing is you do not use a satin or silk bonnet. So what are you doing? Let me just explain that quickly to you. Your bed sheet most times is cotton and your hair, there's a lot of friction, so all the movement when you are sleeping can lead to hair loss. You can, your hair just keeps coming off and coming off and coming off when you move when you're sleeping. So make sure that you're using a satin bonnet or a silk bonnet. If you know that, oh, when I wake up in the morning it's off my hair, then get a satin or silk pillowcase to help with it, so that your hair, moisture is locked in your hair and it reduces friction. Another thing, guys, your hairstyles. You need, like, this annoys me a lot when I see people pick their edges. Please leave your hair alone. There are certain hairstyles, what's that, 1 million braids. What's that? People still do that. Or you do tiny braids. As much as you want your hair to grow, you have to make sure that the hairstyles that you do are not contraindicative to what you want to achieve. Make sure that whatever hairstyle that you're doing is not too tight on your roots. Your scalp is free, like it's not too tight. Make sure that you just leave your your edges. Let those edges grow, baby. You don't have to do that. So please, your hairstyles also could be a reason why your natural hair isn't growing. Another thing is you don't take pictures, so you cannot even measure growth. So many people that I see and they're like, my hair is not growing, my hair is not growing, and then I go to a picture from 3 months ago, go to a picture from 6 months ago, from a year ago, and they're like, my hair is growing. So take pictures as proof. You can do a lens check, you can pull your hair anyhow and just measure it to be able to say that your hair, is growing. What's that thing called? Evidence-based practice. Yes, make sure that there's evidence before you can tell me that your hair is not growing. I don't want to hear my hair is not growing and then we see a picture and then we compare it and then you see that, my hair actually grew. So take pictures as proof. Take pictures to encourage you and let you know that your hair is growing. Something else I'll say is diets. People eat a lot of junks, which I do eat a lot of junks, but then I make sure that I try to eat healthy as much as possible. I eat a lot of proteins, maybe because I like, beans, and I like a lot of protein-based food. Your diet actually goes a long way to how much your hair grows. Don't let anybody deceive you and say you can eat junks and your hair will grow. You have to be healthy from the inside before it reflects on the outside. So for some people, their diet is the reason why their natural hair isn't growing. Finally, guys, your genetics. Don't let anybody deceive you. If you have in your family, there's a history of your hair not growing, or you having alopecia or something, you might need to see a specialist, a trichologist. You might need to see a specialist for things like that. So genetic plays an important role in hair growth. Don't let anybody deceive you, guys. I'll tell you the truth, and this is what I'm telling you, the truth. So make sure that what you are eating from the inside reflects on the outside. Make sure you are drinking a lot of water. Trim your hair regularly. Get a satin bonnet, my dears. Please make sure that your hairstyles are not too tight. Make sure that you are drinking enough water. You are deep conditioning regularly. You reduce the amount of heat that you apply on your hair. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not following me, please help me grow. Just subscribe to my YouTube channel. It will not cost you 1 dime to subscribe. Just click the button and you can share this with your friends. Let them get educated on why their natural hair is not growing. Your natural hair can grow. So I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.